Hello there. Here is a battle against a trainer called Tobias. So, to begin, Tobias sends out D. Okay. And I, of course, send out Tim, the Talonflame. So Tim gets intimidated, but is very brave about it anyway. And, Bird. So I decide to strike it despite the type disadvantage, get hurt by that recoil, and recover some pointless shell bell damage. But then, I get waterfalled, and of course that's super effective, so ouch. But I managed to get the burn. How lucky is that? But Tim faints. Tragic. So D gets hurt by its burn. I know that feeling. So I send out Blooper, because that was a mistake. And D gets withdrawn, pulling out the D. And out comes Scoots, the infamous Rhyperior. But at least I used a super effective move against it. And yet that did like nothing. But now I have a free bulk up. And what? Okay, for some reason I switched out. Well, that maybe if I had stayed in. Oh, maybe I expected the Mega Horn. Whatever. Yeah, that was a mistake. Wow, okay. Yeah, I should have stayed in, because, like, maybe I was faster. I don't know. Oh, well. So it gets health recovered with the Shell Bell, because it took down my High Dragon. And now I come back out and use Superpower again. Jeez, Jordan, what are you doing? So Blooper's attack raises. And defense. And I get Mega Horned. And it turns out I was faster, so I should have stayed in. Wow, that would have completely changed the outcome. And that's why you don't over-switch, kids. Jeez. Wow, I can barely watch this now. Anyway, I bring out Rampage. And Scoots gets withdrawn. And the D comes back out. But it's burned, so it's not that scary. Although my attack falls. Oh, but I used Earthquake because I was trying to hit the Rhyperior. So I use Rock Slide. And that should hurt it pretty well. Yep, see a D. And out comes Tobias's Talonflame. And it tries to hit me with a Steel Wing, but misses. So I use Rock Slide, but it eats the Chargy Berry, and which halves the damage done. Which is enough to have it just barely hold on. Good God. So I get stricken with an Acrobatics. Doesn't do too much damage. And the Rocky Helmet takes Talonflame down. And I waste a Rock Slide. If only I had a setup move. So out comes Cophagrigus. Do you ever, like, forget their English names because you remember their Japanese names from before, back in the day when they didn't release it on the same time? I almost called this thing Desukan, or however you'd pronounce it. But anyway, so I crunch it, lose my Strong Jaw, so crunch won't do as much anymore, and it burns me with Will-O-Wisp and recovers with leftovers. So I take burn damage. And go for another crunch, even though it won't do as much damage. Jesus, that did, like, no damage. Now it's using Trick Room to be all fast. Twisted the Dimensions, recovers with lefties. I get hurt by the burn. A repetitive cycle has begun. And now it's faster than me. It strikes me with a Shadow Ball. Takes me down to the red. And lowers my special defense. I go for yet another crunch, even though it's doing no damage. And I manage to lower its defense. And now it recovers with the leftovers. And I fall to the burn. This is truly a tragedy. I bring out Chuck, my Mega Charizard. It tries to Will-O-Wisp me, but I'm a Fire type. And I use Earthquake because I don't want to... I don't want to get... whatchamacallit, you know? Mummied. And the Cophagrigus gets withdrawn. And out comes Scoots. And apparently I changed my mind about not wanting to get mummied because I used Shadow Claw. So, geez, I just can't pick the... And I switch out again! What the hell is wrong with me? It's because I lost to Tobias before, and the Rhyperior was what ruined me with Rock Polish. So I wanted to be careful, but goddamn, I would have won this effing match if I had just not switched out so much. Damn you, Past Jordan. What a dope. Okay, so Scoots gets switched out. And I go for an attack. Iron Head. And Mummy does not work on that ability. Stance change. So now we recover leftovers damage. Yeah. And I go for the Shadow Claw to take out this Cophagrigus. God damn, I can't remember its name. And I recover some leftovers damage. Yay. Now out comes Sekhmet, a Volcarona. So I decide to protect myself just to gain a little bit of HP back. As if that will help me. And it sets up! I should have attacked it. I suck. So now it hits me with a hidden power. Interesting. Is that just to add insult to injury? Super effective. Okay. It loses a little bit of HP, and now I bring out Chuck to see what I can do. I get hit by another hidden power. What type is it? Ground. Guaranteed. And Chuck goes down. And that's the match.